Enough is enough, and that's it. We're not taking it. We're not going to fix it down. That you don't use my family's name.
Well, okay, you were in there on that Saturday.
That's been so long ago. No, we're not finished. Well, we don't have to go. If y'all want to stay in here, because from this point on, we need to be something. Nobody said that. Oh, yes, oh, yes, did you second motion? I second here. I don't think this is right. But y'all don't have to go, because this is not right. Y'all can go ahead and voice your opinion. What we got to do, are y'all and citizens got to stick together.
I've never seen a city council meeting operate like this
I don't
before.
understand how we allow the city attorney to control our meetings. They already, see, all of this was done without my say so.
This is what he do when he just wants to he don't want to ask questions.
He's not even our attorney. That's not an attorney.
He sends somebody in every time. Because you went to this meeting Saturday, and this is why he sent him, because he don't want to answer your question. It's the reason that he didn't come. That's right.
Get rid of him. We need to have somebody that can represent us.
That's right.
Because Mr. Coleman, Attorney Coleman, is representing a lot of cities that was mentioned in the training on the weekend. So it's like double duty. He can't be with us for being everywhere else, but the money still rolls to his firm. Right. You know, we hired him. I don't even know that man's name.
That's a shame.
I don't, y'all, but this is,
Madam Mayor,
this is what's going on. This is the cooperation I get.
Mayor,
This is it.
we want to reinstate our chief. We want our chief back.
And that's why, exactly, because I was going to ask that he be reinstated, and that's why I wanted the minutes amended. They know that I was going to do that. But let me tell y'all, on this thing right here, they didn't really want me coming up in here, because they got me for a criminal trespassing warning over there just because I was trying to listen to the minutes, and then Dorothy comes up in my face and put her folder up in my face really close, but nothing was done to her. But they get me for a criminal trespassing warning just because I'm trying to talk to the council members. And I can't help cause Renee walks out every time I'm getting ready to say something, but, you know, I can't be a mayor with this kind of cooperation. So I'm just gonna, I just gotta do what I gotta do.
Can we get together, help raise some money, get you a private lawyer or do something?
Yeah, we need to do something.
We'll come up with some money and get you a private
I'm
lawyer.
going in the morning, right? Definitely. City manager is gonna attend. Okay.
That's the right way you wanna talk to me, cause I told you tough stuff. Everybody out. Everybody.
What it's gonna do is, these councilmen that don't wanna do their job,
That's it. Get rid of them.
we need to let them resign.
Right. So how do we go about
That
that?
resignation.
How do we go about getting them off?
We can petition enough, we got enough, and we can petition councilmen that don't wanna do their job, back up, I mean, we just had.
All four of them.
Yeah, and, we can monitor the spending of the money they doing. I wanna tell you what happened to me. I went into City Hall and I asked to be on the agenda. The, city manager or whatever she is, she said, what do you wanna talk about? I said, I wanna talk about Officer Ross being fired, the chief. She says, that's personal, you can't talk about that. I said, well, are you gonna let me be on the agenda to talk? And, Renee, the other clerk says, you want me to take care of him? I'm like,
Oh my God.
I'm like, and the city manager says, you trying to start an argument? I said, no, I just want to speak at the council, my right, First Amendment. Our rights, our civil rights. They violate our civil rights when they don't let us get on the agenda, when they don't let us speak. And we all try and do it in an orderly fashion. And it's not right. Everybody, that's what we elect them for. Hey, we want to say, you know, we want to come up and say, well, you know, this or that ditch down there is not right, the road's not right, so-and-so's not doing his job, can y'all look into it or something like that? Well, and, so, my advice to you, if you voted for her, Linda, the mayor, when you go in City Hall, you better take somebody else with you, because what they tried to do was intimidate and get me in the point that they was gonna call it a hostile thing again. I know what I'm talking about, because I've been in law enforcement, I've seen where it was going, I turned around and walked out. We should ask Tommy Coleman, the attorney, to step down. We don't need him, he's a good man, but he's all of him. We need someone out of Thomas County attorneys, you know, and that's one thing. But I'm asking for the firing of the city manager. She doesn't live here.
Right.
And you can't get anything, you know, I got a secretary that's doing several Open Records Act under Georgia that I'm gonna give her. And, we're gonna see where she's gonna go from there, but, I'm not satisfied with the way it's going, and I see most of you are. The mayor is in charge. The mayor's an elected high official. Amen. Isn't that right? Yes, sir. She's a high official. And they should give her respect. She won by a fair election, and they should give her respect whether they like her or not. But they turn around and get up and walk out and leave all us in here with a lot of questions that we'd like to ask.
Okay, so what's that telling us? They
don't care.
don't
She don't care.
They don't care about medics.
She don't care at all.
That's why I say,
And all the councilmen.
you need to ask for the resignation.
Well, there's a
So
lot
how
of
do we go about
favoritism
doing
going on too. There's a lot of favors going on along with the councils.
Just give us a letter up and let people, and let everybody sign it. Won't, you know, I'm sorry, but I got to tell you that I think the whole instigator of the whole thing,
Dorothy Williams.
right here.
And the end up,
She is got her husband working with the city, but what she's doing is she's a conflict of interest when she is trying to protect him and make sure that if somebody don't do what he wants them to do, they get fired. It's not right. It's not right.
Until, the city has bought rocks from, Scrubs and spread it until Kilpatrick's churchyard, and there's a washout right there by the drain that needs rocks there, but they put it in her, right in her churchyard, and I feel like that's favoritism. That's bribery. That's bribery.
And we can't, and I'll tell y'all something else, we can't afford our police units to be going to coolers and places like that. We don't have money. Their cars need to sit right here, and, you know, I still work part-time with Pelham. I have to drive my own personal vehicle. They cut back everybody's up there. And a lot of this stuff going on needs to be monitored. I bet you a $100 bill that they don't even know the mileage on it. They don't even keep up with the mileage. They don't.
They do what they want to do.
When we get in our units in the morning, we have to log in, mileage, dates, everything. Well, our radar and all that stuff, log books, we have to keep all that. At the end of the shift, we better have to put down our mileage because it gets checked. If we don't do it,
Okay, Chief.
we get in trouble.
So we didn't talk about Chief Rawls. When do we get to talk about that? That was the agenda.
Yeah.
That's why they left out.
Right,
He
exactly.
been in here 22 years. When everybody else left, he was here.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who came and who went.
That's right.
He was here.
He lives here.
He lives
And his
here.
family.
And he's been fair. Now, everybody on that council member know him. You know him. So why are you taking sides with somebody else when you know what he do? He's a good police officer.
And I brought that to their attention, that's what they
But
don't
it's
like.
okay.
I brought it to their attention, I said, this man was here when we had nobody, when everybody else had resigned, he was here. I said, we ought to at least give the man a fair chance to appeal to the council like we allowed Renee. They told me that on reading the letter, he was terminated for a Georgia at will state. Okay, I terminated Renee Boyd on those same grounds.
Okay,
She
what
wasn't
is
even here but a
that?
month.
What is Georgia at will
Georgia at
state?
will, they can fire you, you don't have to have a reason to fire them.
They can,
But any,
But if you get a lawyer, they got to have a reason for it.
Order.
okay.
That's the right way you want to talk to me, because I told you tough so.
own. I'd just like to let you know that, Mr. Lawrence here, Melvin Lawrence, council, Wilson, have you heard anything more about that report of, with the situation on,
The debris on Holly Street, is here there. And that's all I know it's still there.
we have a letter that Mr. Lawrence sent out, saying make Gordon Beautiful and Safe campaign, and said it's come to his attention that the property located and owned by, at 107 Powell Street needs cleaning off. There's trash, mattresses, debris, etc. in the property. The city does not pick up items like these. It is up to you to get it removed. It is also a safety hazard to supporting properties, in keeping with the city ordinance section 1959F2. This is being made on behalf of Mayor and Council of the City of Gordon. Ask that you please remedy this situation as soon as possible. And he said if you could be of assistance, don't hesitate to give him a call. Melvin Lawrence, Zoning Administration. So, council, what is your all's take on this? What other way?
I suggest that to the council that if we can just go ahead on and let the city remove it, and then, cause it's been there for over 2 months, to go ahead and let the city remove it, and then just send them the bill for picking it up. That's my suggestion.
Brought that to your attention, we'll take it down further. Just wanted to bring to your attention that with the Middle Georgia Regional Commission, on behalf of the Georgia Association of Regional Commissions, we were invited to an annual training conference there at the King and Prince Resort at St. Simon's Island, November 5th through the 7th, which was began on Wednesday, November 3rd and November 5th, and it was truly a very rewarding experience, and the training was very, very knowledgeable. We got the opportunity, Councilwoman Toles and myself, to meet the executive director himself, Mr. Ralph Nix, and it was very, very enjoyable and very, very educational as well. And we met the various mayors and commissioners, as well as council members around the various commissions and districts. Just wanted to also let you know that this past Wednesday, which was November 12th, Councilwoman Whipple, Toles, and myself attended the Georgia GMA's district fall meeting that was held at Georgia College in Milledgeville. And this was the mayors, council members, city managers, and city clerks, all in District 6. So we got a chance to interact with the mayors of several counties, including Mayor Rickard of Macon. And it was very, very informative and interesting. And this training is much needed. And they asked about the different cities and towns, what do we have to offer? So we told them as soon as everything is quiet and calm, we just feel like Gordon will be a great place to visit and to live.
Also, Wilkinson County's Vicki Horn is the president of the 6th district.
Yes, Mayor Vicki Horn of McIntyre, the city of McIntyre, which we are she's the District 6 president, and I think that's very, very exciting to have one of our county's own. Okay. Pardon. And let's see, another note of interest is again, the mayor's motorcade at Central State Hospital, so be mindful that that's coming up at the Chapel of All Faiths in Millersville, Georgia, on Tuesday, December 2nd, 2014. And the musical production will be held at the Chapel of All Faiths beginning at 1:30 p.m. So the chapel is located on Swin Avenue across from the Pecan Grove, from the auditorium. And they, like for us to, invite our city to come out and join them as we begin the Christmas holiday season. And they're looking forward to this year's motorcade and the support and enthusiasm that they know that this great city of Gordon will provide. So, get ready, we're excited, we're ready for that.
Excuse me, we hadn't done.
We're gonna get to that.
Okay,
I
but
just
that's the
wanted-
first thing we're supposed to do.
Exactly, but
Yes,
this is
ma'am.
the mayor's note, and we'll get that, just calm down.
All right, I just want to keep you on
don't-
track.
We're already on track, so let's just be calm.
Not yet.
Okay?
Not until we
Okay,
accept the minutes.
council, okay, we'll get to that now. Since I have the council speaking out of turn, we got to set the standard for the
Well,
constituents.
we need to stay on track with the minutes.
Council, what's the pleasure of the mayor has a report to, I'll let you all know about. And once more and again, I have to say that the mayor's Christmas motorcade is here for us, and they're excited about this, and they do want us to participate. So, with that being said, we will move right along. Now we have, moving to the city's business here at home. Council will entertain a motion for the adoption of the council, the executive session minutes of October 20th. Entertain a motion.
I've read mine over, and I make a motion that we adopt the executive minutes for, what was October the 20th?
That's what I said.
Yes, ma'am, that's what I'm gonna make a motion to do.
Y'all have amended the agenda to take that into account, you need to amend the agenda,
Thank you.
not on the agenda.
Well, it was not on the agenda, but we just discussed that before you sat down and said that's what, all we needed to say was to approve the executive session minutes. Now, that was stated by you, so.
No, but you need, also, you have to
That's
amend
no
the
problem.
agenda.
We
to-
can do that. Thank you so much. Let's amend that agenda.
I make a motion that we amend the agenda to include the minutes for the executive session for October the 20th.
Second.
Council Whipple seconded. So motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Motion made and second. Let's entertain a, roll call.
Aye.
Minutes or executive session minutes, motion carried. Next will be entertaining a motion to adopt the November 3rd, 2014 minutes. Do I have a motion?
I offer motion that we accept the November 3rd, 2014 minutes.
Second? Motion has been made and second to adopt the November 3rd minutes. Any discussion? No further discussion, motion carried.
Vote on it.
Voted.
All in favor? I'm sorry, roll call. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
All right, motion still carried. Our next order of business is we have the Christmas parade coming up. And we'd just like to say that, I spoke with the high school, band director, and he's still out, and, we know normally that the parade is held on, the first Saturday in December. So the Christmas parade, theme this year is Christmas time in the city. So I'd just like to, say that we will be having a Christmas parade, and Mr. Bruce Daniels with the Better Hometown, and, the rest of that staff will be working with us, as well as Ms. Councilwoman Whipple and Councilwoman Toles, and a few other folks from the community.
What was the date again?
That date is going to be, December 21st, Sunday, December 21st at 3 p.m. Sunday. That will give the band director and his staff time to, practice and rehearse Sunday afternoon, so all that can and will. Please work with, Councilwoman Toles and Whipple. And we know that Art Silsby, the parade director, is no longer able to continue that, due to the failing health of his wife. All right, I might wanna. So there's, that's that day. That's all business. And again, the 2015 budget, moving right along. I spoke with, the budget is already been working on, and, it will have we will have a call meeting as soon as Laura Mathis tells us, and I'll keep you advised, council. I met Mr. Cummings at the, district meeting, well, did you all meet? I personally met him, and, he's excited with working with us, and of course, the clerk tells me, at this meeting just a few minutes ago, you might want to share what he, shared with you, but, Ryan.
Yeah, Mr. Cummings called and said that he is ready to set up a workshop meeting date with the mayor and city council. He said he would appreciate it if y'all could come up with a date tonight.
Would council like to entertain a date and time?
Is he talking about this week, anytime after tonight?
He said anytime at the end of this week or the beginning of next week will work best for him,
He said the beginning of next week.
or either the end of this week.
I'd like to say that'd be a good time for me this week. Okay.
Yeah. I would like to make a motion then that we do it on can we do it Monday?
December 24th. I'm sorry, November 24th.
Because we need to go and get it, everything.
You all heard the date of November 24th being offered as a date of setting up the workshop for the budget.
What time? Anything after 4 would be fine with me.
Say about 4:30.
We said after 4. They get up at 5, so we get at 5. I said, since City Hall closes at 5, it'd be a good time to do it at
I can be here at 4:30, the rest of them can, because they have to keep on.
4:30 Monday.
4:30, that's November 24th. 4:30. So, motion has been made for November 24th.
Second motion.
Motion has been made and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Monday, November 24th. resolution here for, the special election, declaring the office of Terry Reese to be filled vacant due to his death. And, we know that the charter requires that the council order a special election to fill the unexpired term of his position. But what I'd like to say is that I've made contact and have been directed of the necessary steps to take regarding the special election resolution. So when the time comes, I'm going to let council know at a later date. Okay?
Mayor, there are deadlines that have to be met between the time the election.
I've spoken to her about it.
So,
She's told me all of that. I'm aware of that.
well,
We'll get right, as I said, I'll let us know at a later date, and I'll get with you.
okay.
Okay, thank you. So there being no further discussion. Did you say anything?
Executive session, and then the budget to add, and then the agenda to add. Y'all amended the agenda to add the October 20th executive session minutes. We noticed Wednesday we had to amend the agenda to add it to the agenda before we could vote on it.
So let's go back to that, she said.
Y'all need to vote to accept the October 20th executive session minutes.
Council, can I get a motion that we accept the amended agenda to approve the executive session minutes from October 20th?
Okay, y'all already accepted to add it to the agenda, y'all just need to vote on the minutes. October 20th.
Can we vote, go ahead, amend that to accept the minutes to add to the minutes? Is that what you're saying?
You wanna approve the executive session minutes of October 20th, is what you need to do. You've already amended the agenda to add that to the agenda.
Okay, well, we'll go back and approve the executive, can I get a motion?
I make a motion at this time that we approve the minutes of the executive session of October the 20th.
Second.
Motion has been made and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion?
I need to read over.
A few minutes.
I make a motion, y'all turn the microphones up so we can hear. I can't hear back here.
That's all.
No, it's not.
Hold that close.
Y'all gonna have to get a little bit closer. All of them on the same. Any discussion?
We read.
Okay. Are y'all in?
Yes.
All right, motion has been made in second and discussion, so roll call.
Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Okay. So, next, we'll have the committee reports. Is Bruce Daniels, Mr. Daniels? Well, he knows, and he and I met this past Friday. He's excited about working with the, community with the Christmas parade. He and his wife, Tony Daniels, and the rest of the staff. and they mentioned about all of the volunteers, that he generally has, that they, pass out candy at the Christmas parade, and they all dress up as little elves. So, if anybody wants to volunteer and dress up as, and work with the, Better Hometown, committee to dress up as elves, you're cordially invited, and all of that would be appreciated. Moving right along, our police department, is there a report?
Everything's fine at police department, I haven't had any reports from the chief.
Okay. The street,
The streets, last week, they started getting ready for the, Christmas, and the Christmas
I
lights
can see
are.
the lights are up.
Yes, Christmas lights
Beautiful.
are up.
Okay.
And, about the debris that's on between the street and the house. I would like to make a motion that the last time I said it, that we amended, I think. But this time, what I'm saying, I would like to make a motion that we, that the city go ahead and move this, since it's been over, almost 3 months. And let the city go ahead and move it and just, send the bill to the owner.
So, council discussion.
Yes, ma'am. There's an ordinance that controls that, and, from the time he's notified, he's got so many days from that date, not actual date that it was put out by the road. I think that's right, maybe Joe can give him some updates on it. I think from the time he's notified, he has to have so many days from that date. And then, if you do anything else, you may have to bring him into court to enforce it, not just say you're gonna do it and do it. He has to have a chance to come to court and present his side. I think that's right.
That's correct.
Okay, where is the ordinance? Do you have the ordinance with you? Because it's been 3 months, and I don't think Mr. Edie would like this to sit in his neighborhood.
Well, it's in the use ordinance, it's in the code of ordinance, I don't carry that around with me, I don't have it tonight, I don't bring that up, so. But it is correct, you have to give them notice.
Because they gave him notice. I mean,
Here's
they
a letter
given him
from
notice.
October 31st.
Did they put, and
That's the date.
and the next time when we write a letter, I would really prefer that we, because I read the letter at the last council meeting, we read the letter. And they do need to put a date on the letter to have it done by.
That's correct, but the next step.
We should have put that on there, they should have been putting on the letter then.
Once they're given a deadline, if they do not meet the deadline, then they have to be summoned to, city court.
I mean, because this is just trash that's laying around on people, mattress, commodes, furniture, everything just laying around in the street. I mean, in a yard, and some of it was in the street. I think some of them were like, and got some of it up. But, it's
Well,
sad.
even though that's an ordinance you said in place, I think it'd be a bit more forceful. Do you think, council, that, being that the superintendent has written a letter and has it here, then, and this gentleman is not heeded to that?
Well, maybe you need to call him again and
What's y'all's
enforce it. Because he said that you said, Attorney Boone, we do have the city, you said it was a nuisance.
Yes, ma'am, but was he given a specific deadline in that notice?
The only thing, I don't know when he had the phone conversation, because he said he had a phone conversation with him after he sent out the notice.
The phone conversation.
And they had the phone conversation.
Over the account under the ordinance, you have to give written notice. And you have to give a deadline, if they don't, keep the deadline, then you can take them to, municipal court, and let the judge handle it.
Miss Bryan, did you know who, typed the letter?
I
Did you type
think,
it for him?
no, ma'am, Melvin and Heather, I believe, but it's 30 or 60 or 90 days, you have to give them that much time. But it needs to be,
And it's been 3
specified
months.
probably in that letter,
Well,
you have to meet
But
those days
she's
from the
saying
date
because,
on the letter.
because of the date.
October, November.
And I think it's bad that somebody would even do this to the city.
Community.
And then, you still, it's been 3 months and you still gotta wait 3 more months.
You have to go by the guidelines in that nuisance ordinance to make it legal.
What, Council, what do you keep tab of that?
Well, I will talk with Melvin again and see what he's saying, that we talked to him, but we need to hurry to do something because it's just bad.
All right, thank you so much, and we hope that gets resolved, very soon. The only, water and sewage sanitation, Mr. Lawrence is not here, so we don't have to report on that. Finance and sanitation liaison. So, council, I have no further discussion. I'd like to entertain a motion.
Before you do that, Mayor, I need to clarify one item on the agenda. The special election resolution was not voted on by the council to table that or take any action on it. So the council needs to act one way or the other, either to table it or act on the resolution.
We're just gonna table that at the moment.
Well, the council has to vote on that, Mayor. That's their resolution.
Do we have the resolution in place, ready, or
Yeah, the Brown has it.
I offer motion that we table it, the resolution, special election resolution.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
discussion?
Discussion.
If we have the resolution, why can't we just go ahead and do it? I mean, the fact of the matter is, you know, we've got to do it. I don't see why putting it off is gonna accomplish anything.
As mayor, I'm not prepared to do that, so, as I said, I've discussed it, I'm not just prepared tonight. So, as I stated earlier, I will get with you all at a later date. Motion has been made and seconded. Any further discussion? Pardon?
This is just for the council.
Right. This is for council. Motion has been made and seconded, and no further discussion. Let's go. Yes, we're taking it to a vote. All in favor?
Roll call.
All in favor? Let me hear say aye.
I said, no.
Those opposed,
I said no.
no.
I'm opposed. I made a motion to, table.
And you're voting no against the motion you made? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I'm voting yes to table, I'm sorry.
No.
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 Four votes, no, we don't win. Fail, motion fails, so we have to table it.
No, we don't, you can't pass it. That motion
Excuse me.
fails.
Excuse me, it takes 4 votes of council.
They needed 4 votes for it to pass, so her motion did not
It
pass.
still didn't pass, we don't have 4 votes, council. This is according to the charter.
It's still open for discussion then, we still have that motion, we still have that resolution that we've got to do something with.
We said the next meeting.
But it hadn't been tabled, so it's still up for discussion, so we can't just pass by it. It failed, that motion failed.
So we go on to the next one.
As far as that's concerned, attorney, explain that, because according to section 4 point, I'm sorry, we can go to the charter.
You're correct, Mayor, but the motion was to table it. That was
Right, that's what I'm
tabled.
saying,
So it
exactly.
has not been tabled. It's still, like Mr. Eads correct, it's still on the table. It has not been tabled. The motion to table it failed by
By
one
how many,
vote.
by what?
By one vote. You need 4 votes to table it. You need, There were not four affirmative votes
And there were
to
not,
table the motion, so it's still on the table.
and it's still on the table, but there have not been four affirmative, am I right to pass it either, right?
It hadn't been motioned, nobody's made a motion to pass it.
Right,
The motion was to table it, not
Right.
to adopt it.
exactly.
So, floor is still
So
open
where
for
are
a
we,
motion to
so
adopt.
where are we now?
It's up to the council to either vote to table it, or fail, or vote to pass it. There's only two choices, to table it or to pass it.
Okay, so now we need,
No, the motion to table it failed. The motion to pass it does not.
so
been made
now
yet.
we need to make a motion to pass it.
That's up to the council. If they're gonna
So
make a
council,
motion.
what's your take? Do y'all wanna make a motion to pass it?
There has to be a motion first.
That's what I'm asking. Can I get a motion to pass the resolution?
It's going to probably be the same vote. My question is, please give me a good reason why we can't do it tonight. I mean,
I just
don't
choose
know.
not to. I just choose not to, and maybe at a later date. As I told you, when I come up with a date, then we will discuss it, council. I have no further reason to, that's my choice. Not to discuss it further tonight. I will give you at a later date.
Mayor, the decision's up to the council.
Well, you see what the council is saying.
I'm gonna still their decision. Table it or pass it.
Let's have order. Please, thank you. So council, rest in your all's hands.
Or apparently it's gonna die for lack of action by the council. Or not. Man, this is an open meeting.
No, I know it's open meeting. So your take as the, as the attorney advising the council, council, you have any questions opposed to the attorney? Cause I've given my take. Council? council on this end, did you hear what Council Whipple?
She can continue to make motions, I mean, if she wants to, she can make
She
another
didn't make
motion.
one.
She
I
can.
did not
This is what she said. Go ahead, Councilman. You might want to talk to your mic, because he can't hear down here.
No, it is. I made a motion to table. So if anybody else wanna make a motion to pass it, then they can make that motion.
We voted on your motion, now you can make a motion to pass it now if you want to.
There's no reason to keep putting it off,
Excuse
y'all
me.
not gaining anything.
No talking from the floor, please.
What's the reason, Mayor?
No speaking from the floor. This is for council, not citizens.
What's the reason?
As I said, I'll table it at a later date and we'll get back with council.
What's the reason? Why?
The position can't be filled.
It can't be filled until March, so, you all,
Just a resolution.
as I said, it is just a resolution, and I like to table it until such time. There's no rush.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Excuse me.
Let me say this, please. Ms. Shinhouser, we will, discuss your issue at the next meeting. So we will table that. Thank you. Thank you for being a good, understanding, law-abiding citizen. So motion has been made and seconded that we adjourn. All in favor?
I know what it is. I just want to show Miss Reed. That's what was placed on my table. Oh. When I was eating one day. When I was eating.
Oh, okay.
It was placed on my table. I went to the restroom, I came back and think, that's my niece. Yeah. And I know who it was. I saw her.
Oh, okay.
But she's not here tonight. I was going to text her. You know, hey, tap me on my shoulder and say, hi, how you doing? Give it to me then. Why do you want to go to my back and do? How y'all doing? Hey, what's up, John? How you doing, man? How you making?
Good, good, good. Always glad to see you, man.
Likewise, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I know. Hey,
I know you're not missing.
You take care.
Hey. I did.